Hello everyone out there. Welcome to Finbuzz Learning. Till now, we have already discussed equity shares and debentures in detail. So, in this video, we are going to see the difference between the both. So, now let's get started. Well, people of all ages from different religious backgrounds, sexes and races now spend their hard-earned money in shares and debentures in an effort to increase their profits. While shares refers to the company's share capital, it describes the holder's entitlement to the defined portion of the company's share capital. So, debentures, on the other hand, imply a long-term instrument that displays the company's debt to the third party. It has defined interest rate and is issued by the corporation or company. It may or may not be backed by stock or other assets. Therefore, you should first comprehend the meaning of the two securities if you plan to invest in either of them. Now, let's discuss the differences among both of them one by one. So, the first difference is their meaning. So, a firm dilutes its ownership by issuing stock shares in order to raise finance. To acquire partial ownership of the company, investors might purchase equity shares units, whereas debentures are a sort of financial instrument that typically have terms longer than 10 years and are not secure by any kind of collateral. The next difference is what actually they are. So shares serve as the company's capital while the company's debt is represented by the debentures. The next difference is the holder. So a shareholder is a person who owns shares, whereas the person who has debentures is referred to as the debenture holder. The next difference is the status of holders. So, the shareholders are considered to be the owner of the shares because the firm is primarily owned by its shareholders who also have specific rights and obligations, while the debenture holders are considered to be creditors because with debentures you lend money to a company, typically for a set period of time. Debenture holders are typically creditors for a company as a result. The next difference is the form of return. So, shareholders get the dividend. Paying dividend enables businesses to distribute their profits to shareholders, which helps investors feel appreciated for their continued support through better returns and encourages them to keep holding these stocks. Whereas the debenture holders get the interest because the interest payment is a reward given to all the holders of debenture for their investment in the company's debentures. Now, coming to the next difference, which is allowable deduction. Well, a dividend is not a deductible expenses because it is an appropriation of profit. But due to the fact that interest is a business expense, it may be deducted from profit. Moving on to the next difference, which is security for payment. There is no security for payment, but in debentures, there is a security for payment. The next difference is voting rights. So, the shareholders have the opportunity to vote on the corporate decisions, guidelines, the composition of the board of directors and other matters, frequently during the company's annual shareholders meeting. Whereas the debenture holders do not carry any voting rights because debenture holders are not the owners of a company. The next difference is repayment in the event of winding up. So the shares are repaid after the payment of all the liabilities, whereas debentures get priority over shares. So they are repaid before shares. So that's all about the differences between the shares and the debentures. Thanks for watching the channel. Do like, subscribe and share the channel. Stay tuned for the next video.